Hi guys, welcome back to Charlotte's Foliage. What we're going to be doing today is making our own terrarium. So if you're interested in not necessarily buying a plant, but you want to have a nice foliage on your desk and you don't want to do very much to it, if anything at all, you may not want to water it, or if you want to water it, you just don't want to have to water it often. So that's why we're going to show you how to make your own terrarium to sit on your desk, in your office, or maybe in your bedroom, on your nightstand, just whatever you want to do. So that's what we're going to be working on today. How do we install our own terrarium, and what steps do we need to take to keep those plants thriving? So if you're new here, welcome. This is Charlotte's Foliage, and I'm on Etsy. I have a store. And if you're revisiting, well, I don't have to tell you anything. You already know about me. Thank you guys for coming to my channel, and try to watch the video all the way to the end. And I'll try to go as fast as I can or as quickly as I can. But I want to make sure you get all the necessary information. So let's get started. What the supplies that you will need is a glass vessel, and that vessel must have a lid because this is a terrarium. You also want to use some pebbles or some pond. You also want to have yourself something to layer your items with. So we're going to use peat moss. And we're going to use some screen, just some normal screen that's in a door, okay? And you want to cut the screen about the same diameter as the vessel's bottom. So that's how I determined how I needed it. If you don't have any screen, you can use this stuff that you use in your yard. It's called weed block. You can use that. So this can substitute, the weed block can substitute for the screen, or you can use both. And more importantly, you're going to need some plants. There are some plants that come recommended for terrariums. These plants usually like to stay moist. And so that's what we're doing today. We're going to use some, these are called vein plants or phytonias. So we've got different colors in there to make it a little bit more interesting, okay? And then, let's see, did we forget anything? You might need some tools to help you move around in the bottom of there. I've got to purchase me some long tweezers. That would be more helpful than this thing, this skewer here. Also, I have some charcoal here because charcoal, when you have a moist environment, you can get mold, and charcoal prevents that from happening. And then the type of substrate, the reason why I chose peat moss is because it stays moist, okay? And so the plant won't have to be watered as often. Some people don't water their terrariums at all. I had one that I didn't have to water at all, and it grew fine. Okay, so let's just get started. What do we do first, Charlotte? Well, first what you want to do is create an area where the water can get through to the plants. And that's where your soil comes in, your rocks come in. So I have two types of rocks here. I have some pebbles, and we're just going to pour the pebbles in here. And because I didn't have enough pebbles, I decided to get some pond. And so I poured my pond in here, like so. I'm going to show it to you just how I'm doing it. See, there's the pond. Then I'm going to take that layer of screen, and I'm going to place it over that pond so that the next thing that I use you'll be able to separate it from the pond, okay? So the next thing I'm going to use is this charcoal. And so I'm just going to grab some charcoal here, and I'm going to pour it over that screen. Like so. It's making my jar a little dusty, but that's okay. I'm going to take a little brush. I got a brush, just a regular paint brush is what I'm using. And I'm just going to kind of spread that charcoal out evenly across that screen that we put in there, okay? So that it gets all the way across there. And this is how it looks. Nothing fancy, okay? It looks like it needs a little bit more because I got one side with no charcoal on it. So I'm going to get some more charcoal out of here. And this is called Horticulture Charcoal. I buy the Exponent brand. It's organic. It doesn't hurt the plant. It helps the plants. Okay. All right. So I've got enough charcoal in there now. Next thing we're going to need is some soil because the plant has to have something to live in. So we're going to grab some soil here, or cocoa coir. That's what I'm using. I'm going to show you how it looks. I'm just going to gently pour. First, I'm going to get another screen. I think I have another screen. You don't have to do this, but I kind of like separating it. I'm putting another screen in there over the charcoal. And now I'm using my cocoa coir. All right. Let me see. I got something in my soil I want to take out. Okay. Put a little bit more soil in there. And now what you want to do is start placing your plant where you want your plant at. Usually the taller plants go in the back and then the smaller, shorter plants go in the front. So these plants are about the same. This plant's going to need some water, and then we are going to water. But let's just try using this one since it looks like it's a little bit more moist and taller. It'll stand up more once we get it in here though. So I'm just taking the plant out of the pot and I'm placing it gently in this jar. Okay. And then I'm going to gently kind of tuck it down so that it can get in place. And then I might grab a little piece of soil right here with my little shears, my little scooper here, and place some more soil at the base of the plant, like so. And I know some of this stuff you ain't gonna be able to see on camera, but I'm gonna show you the end result, okay, up close, because I'm a little ways away trying to film and show you. Let me show you this. That's the first plant I put in there. This is how it looks, okay? This is actually supposed to be the front, but it's got writing on it, so I'm going to make this the front, okay? All right. Next plant. We're going to move this out the way, and we're going to grab our next plants. And we're going to set those plants. We're going to make a little divot in the soil so they'll sit down in there good. And we're going to put these plants more toward the front, okay? So I got that in the front there. And now I'm going to just put a little soil around those plants just to help them sit in there good. And you want to go toward the back too and make sure that there's enough soil in the back of the plant so that those plants roots can touch that soil and begin to get comfortable in its new space. I should have watered this plant because it really needs to be watered, but I just got them in, so I didn't know that it needed to be watered, but we're going to take care of that today. Okay? So yeah, these kind of plants are drama queens, they call them, because they get real shriveled up when they need to be watered and they look like they're about dead. But once you water them, they kind of sit back up. Hence, that's why I put this particular brand in soil, in a terrarium, because I've had this plant before and I didn't do so well with it. And that's why they're ideal for terrariums, because you could overwater them or underwater them. So let me let you take a look at it. That's how they're looking. Isn't that beautiful? See, that'd be pretty sitting on your desk. Okay, so now you got different options, you guys. First, you want to get in there and water this plant because, like I said, it needs some water. Get you something with a little spout on the top of it so that you don't overwater it and that you can get in between the plants and around the plants. So I'm just going to go in here and give it a good soaking so as to make sure that all the plants get some water in here, okay? That's all I'm doing. They look kind of funny right now, but you can see the water going through here. And that way, when it gets to the bottom, you know that that plant has been watered. Now, some people will do things to decorate their terrarium. You can put little miniature things in here, or you can put a big, pretty rock in there. Just to give it a nice look or a nice appeal to it. So I brought a couple of rocks. Here's one. I'm going to just sit right at the base of this drawer. I'm going to sit a rock there right next to that plant. And then, hold on just a second. Since this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we can sit a miniature vase with the breast cancer symbol right there in this container representing Breast Cancer Awareness Month. My granddaughter made me this. Isn't that nice? I am a breast cancer survivor, and so she made me this. So there you have it. There's your terrarium. Look at that. You got your beautiful flowers in there. And now, all you do is take your lid and place it over your terrarium and watch your plants grow. You just made your first terrarium, guys. Thanks again for stopping by my channel. I hope you continue to watch, like, and subscribe to my channel. And I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers. And those subscribers mean a lot to me. Bye now. Come back. And don't forget to keep planting.